president has a tough decision to make soon: when to open the economy back up and how. MSNBC says Trump is trading death for dollars.
It seems that Republicans now are making the argument, let the World War II vets die, let the Korean War vets die, let the Vietnam vets die, let everybody in that generation die, because we're worried about Boeing. It is the born, it is the weakest among us, it is senior citizens who they're ready to euthanize because they want Boeing's corporate earnings to not dip too low.
Joining me now, former Trump White House chief strategist and host of the War Room Pandemic radio show, Steve Bannon. So, Steve, what's the calculation for opening this back up?
I think you look at what Chairman Powell said this week when he went on TV. You've got to put this virus in back of us and then open it up. The $2.3 trillion economic package, which took on the economic crisis that this drop in aggregate demand has done, is a start, but you have to bridge the whole thing. I'm actually an advocate, Jesse, and I think the data will get President Trump there. People should understand he's a business guy. He's very numbers and data driven. I think you're going to see a big shift over this weekend where he's going to sit there and go, hey, right now we're going to continue to keep it and maybe even increase the lockdown, which I'm a big advocate of. I think in your opening segment, to me, was one of the most powerful things I've seen in media. It's got to be played everywhere. If you see that, I think you go to even a harder lockdown right now, and then we bridge. Nobody should lose a job. No company should go out of business. We've got to bridge the small companies, the entrepreneurs, to get to the other side. If you have to go through hell, go through it as fast as possible. The president is a wartime president. He's made some tough calls already. He shut down all the traffic coming in from China, and he quarantined everybody that came back. And he was criticized by Morning Joe and Biden and those guys as being racist, nativist, and xenophobic. He is, I think he's made the right decisions. I happen to think the numbers show him where New York's going, where New Orleans is going, and where Detroit's going, that we keep this even in a harder lockdown, at least through Easter, and then see where we are. Your colleague Steve Hilton, I think, had a good program last week, but I would disagree in the fact it's not an either or. You've got to bridge. You've got, and Powell said this week, you've got to bridge the economy to get over this chasm. I think President Trump is going to come to the conclusion, hey, I want to even tighten this thing up some more so that we can get through this quicker and faster and have a steeper revival. And I believe that's what's going to happen. I think it's the right thing to happen.
All right, I think you're right about that.